Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, Xeno scum, filthy heretics. Today, I am Zach Wallace, and I'm here with
Jasper Axelson.
And today, we're here to spread the good word of the Tau Va, translated loosely in Low Gothic as the greater good. This is episode 3 of the Triple Ones podcast, and today we're going to be talking about some of our favorite things in the new Tau Codex. Got a couple games in with him so far, a couple little test runs. Did one against the sisters.
How'd that go?
It was interesting.
Obliteratum.
I also picked up a Death Guard army by bottom of 3.
Yes, you did.
Granted, they just got their points nerfed, but still.
Complete and utter annihilation, Zach.
Yeah.
Obliteratum.
It was like 5 Terminators and a Plague Burst Crawler in the army left by the end of it.
Just pity. You just took pity on him for not joining the greater good, and you annihilated him.
Yeah, that's what he gets for being a filthy heretic.
And, Tau are great because they just... So much salt, Zach.
Yeah.
Just so much. I mean, if you don't have salt in your house... Pick yourself up a Tau, start collecting.
100%. Even people who have never played against Tau will hate you for playing Tau.
I despise Tau. Everyone does.
It's part of the fun of playing Tau.
Yep, just the salt that comes with it. It's fantastic. Yeah, so today Zach wrote up quite a novel on what he likes about the Tau Codex, and he's going to go ahead and just dive right into this bad boy.
Well, there's a lot to like.
Yes, there is. Great internal balance from what I've seen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, reading through it, there's an argument to be made for just about every unit in the Codex. Kroot are good again. Vespids are crazy.
Yes, the weird little Xenos race among the Tau.
I even like Kroot Hounds as a cheap little unit to get me engaged.
Yeah, of course. With that pregame move they have.
Yeah. All Kroot get a 7-inch pregame move. Oof. I love it. So, right off the bat, I feel like we need to talk about Philosophies of War. And that is the, after you decide who's going first, you pick if you are going to be Mont Ka or Cao Yan, the Killing Blow or the Patient Hunter. So for Mont Ka, if you select that one, then it's active in battle rounds 1, 2, and 3. It allows you to, in those battle rounds, make a normal move or advance move, and you can be treated as stationary for the shooting phase.
Ooh, very nice.
And then when you fire a ranged attack versus the closest enemy unit in Battle Round 1, the range is 18. Battle Round 2, it's 12. Battle Round 3, it's within 9. You get an additional AP, and you re-roll wound rolls of 1.
Ooh.
Pretty spicy.
Yeah, that's great.
Right away, I am a huge fan of mobility, and getting to advance and shoot normally is huge.
Yeah, that's... And just, a little cherry on top is the reroll ones to wound if you're within that specified range.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
We'll get into, some of the units. The Crisis Commanders, they give reroll ones to core.
Mm-hmm.
Crisis Battle Suits are now core.
Yes.
So are Broadsides.
Yes, they are.
Which means you're getting reroll ones to hit, hitting on 3s with marker lights, and then getting rerolls of 1 to wound.
All of a sudden, you're efficient at shooting now.
All of a sudden, yeah, you're pretty damn efficient.
The shooting army is actually good at shooting now.
Yeah,
okay.
It's fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So then moving into Cao Yan, the Patient Hunter. This one is active in battle rounds 3, 4, and 5. This gives you the ability to fall back and shoot at a -1 to hit, which is nice.
Yeah, very good.
And then if you are not in engagement range and you did not fall back that turn, when you shoot at an enemy, at the closest enemy unit within 12 inches, you get exploding auto hits on battle round 3. 6s to hit explode into additional hits. On battle round 4, it's 5 pluses to hit explode. And battle round 5, 4 pluses explode.
Very nice.
It's quite good. My only concern is, do you really want to wait for your big army-wide buff to kick in halfway through the game?
Right. Yeah, do you want to rely on what you could have left turns 3, 4, and 5?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the exploding fours sound fantastic, but that's the last turn of the game.
Yeah.
You might not have a whole hell of a lot left at that point.
Right. There's the argument to be said, like, by then you don't have a lot, so exploding fours kind of shores up what you've lost.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to what people say about the Blood Angels. They have that whole extra attack after round 3. It's really just to kind of like shore up what you've lost. So I like it for that.
I like it a lot. Is it better than the Alpha Striking Mont-Ka style?
You know, based on the 2 games we've played, I like the Alpha Strike.
I like some Mont-Ka.
You're not going to have any problem turn 1 getting it within 18 inches. If you want it, you're going to get it.
Oh, yeah. There are many ways, as we'll see.
Yes.
And then another big one, battle suits now get their version of Big Guns Never Tire. It functions exactly the same.
Okay.
Heavy is -1 to shoot in combat, but battle suits don't really have heavy weapons.
Now, question on that. So, Big Guns Never Tire. With my tank, I can allocate one of my weapons to the thing I'm in engagement range with, and the other weapon I can target something else and hope that the thing I shoot at engagement kills it, and then I can shoot the other gun at something else. Can you do that?
Yeah,
you know?
it functions. It's basically just gives them Big Guns Never Tire.
Okay, so you could say, if I have a single, let's say, witch, you could say, okay, I'm going to take my one crisis, everything's devoted into that witch, and then I'm going to target everything else into something else. You could do that outside of engagement range?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Adds a little spice.
Yeah.
So you can't just tie them up with a single model and hope that's all they shoot at.
Hope and pray. No, you cannot.
I would like to mention as well, Tau lost for the greater good. No more free Overwatch for Tau, and no more Overwatching for other units.
Wait, do you hear that? Is that a parade? Is that a parade going on? I just hear cheering in the back.
You know what? As a Tau player, it was super uninteractive. It slowed the game down. It wasn't fun.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'm glad it's gone.
Yeah, and it just feels bad all around.
Yeah.
Just feels bad all around. It's like, either it doesn't work for you and you're like, well, I've now lost the game. Or it really works and your opponent's like, well, now I've lost the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good to see that go.
Yeah, I'm happy about it. The other big thing is drones function differently now, where they are part of the unit. You can take wounds on the drones, but Savior Protocols is now a 1 CP stratagem, where if a unit within, or a model within 3 inches, or if they have a drone controller upgrade within 6 inches of a drone model fails a save, you spend 1 CP, the drone model is destroyed, and the damage of that attack is reduced to 0. So it can only be done once a phase. Drone spam is dead.
Huzzah.
Thank you, GW.
Yeah, and I think this is a fair way to go about it, because now you still have the interaction with like the drone coming in and saving you, but it's not oppressive like it was before. It's more of like a, oh shit, this has gone wrong.
You won't be seeing 3 Riptides with 60 drones in this book.
And I do like too how it's just slain. It doesn't feel bad for your opponent where it's like turned into 1 mortal wound. Now I get to save that. Oh, I saved that.
Yeah. Shield drones lost their feel no pain.
Yes, but what did they gain, Zach?
So it is a 4-up invulnerable, and they gained a second wound. I would like to point out, this is before Chaos Space Marines gained a second wound.
And I would like to say, that's what you get for betraying the Emperor. You know, I've never heard anyone say, everyone's just pitying you guys. Maybe you guys shouldn't have betrayed the Emperor. That's all I'm going to say. I'll leave it at that.
It's pretty easy. Just don't turn to chaos.
Yeah, I mean, what did you think was going to happen? You big, dumb idiots.
So then going into marker lights. They're now an action instead of a shooting attack. You perform the action at the start of your movement phase. It finishes at the start of the following shooting phase, so you can still shoot afterwards. You have to pick a unit that would be an eligible shooting target within 36 inches, and you roll dice on a 3-up. Their marker light hits, and then for each of those marker lights, so each time a unit shoots at an enemy unit with a marker light on it, it takes away 1 marker light. You don't get to pick and choose. It's if a Tau unit that's not auxiliary shoots at that unit with a marker light, it uses up a marker light. You can't say, oh, well, I'm not using a marker light for this attack.
Yeah.
So say you have 3 marker lights, the first 3 shots, or the first 3 units to shoot at those will use up the marker lights. But it is just a +1 to hit. That's all marker lights do now.
Solid, though.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like
it.
it.
Feels a lot less clunky than the old, I gotta try and get the 5 marker lights on, and it's hard because you actually have to shoot at them. Like, it's just an action that, you can't, I don't think you can modify, make it harder to accomplish.
Yeah, it can't be, it's never harder than 3s.
Yep, so that's good. I like this. I like this change a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Seems simpler, and feels probably less bad as a Tau player.
Yep.
Than the old shitty marker lights.
Yeah. And then so drones and vehicles that perform this action can still move without failing the action. Pathfinders specifically have a rule to perform this action at the end of their movement phase instead of the start, which is very good.
Yes.
And then moving on to, I wanted to go over invocations of the Ethereals real quick. These are basically Tau litanies. They cast on a 3+. So there are 6 of them, and they are quite good. I'm an Enclaves fanboy, so I'll never be using them, but they are quite good.
Discussing Ethereal.
So the first one, you give a core unit, these are all within 6, give a core unit the ability to shoot and still perform an action without failing.
Nice.
Not bad.
Nice.
You can give a core unit a 5-up Feel No Pain. Quite good.
Very good.
You can give a core unit dense cover as long as they did not remain stationary. So you move and you get dense cover.
Nice.
You can give an auxiliary unit +1 to wound. Or re-roll morale tests and +1 to attrition tests. Not bad. Probably won't be seeing it super often.
You'll never see that.
You'll never see it compared to the other options.
You know what? 5 good ones, though. I mean, you can't complain.
And then the final one, you just gain a CP.
Yep.
3-up gain a CP.
Oh, good.
I like it.
Ethereals do one of these litanies?
They do one. There are ways to do a second one.
Okay. It seems like a lot of these, I'm just going to call them litanies, are just buffing the army in solid ways. Yeah. Something that you don't necessarily rely on most of the time, but it's nice when you get it off. Like
very nice to have.
Nice when you get that -1 to hit off, or 5-up Feel No Pain off. Just makes things makes that crisis blob just a little bit more durable. I like it. I like it. Well, I hate it, but I like it.
Crisis blobs with a 3-up, 4-up, 5-up Feel No Pain. Ooh. So moving on to Sept tenants. These are kind of fun. They're like your chapter traits.
Yes.
My favorite one, of course, is Farsight Enclaves. I said I was going to be playing Enclaves no matter what, and they turned out to be one of the best.
Yes.
So the Farsight Enclaves tenant trait, ranged attacks within 12 inches of the unit firing they act as though they have a marker light hit. So it's just a +1 to hit within 12 inches.
Nice.
Very solid.
Very solid.
It takes away some of your reliability on marker lights, too.
Yeah.
Which is good. I like it.
I like that.
And then also, every time a unit is chosen to shoot or fight, they get 1 free wound reroll.
Also solid.
Little expert crafter style reroll in there.
Yeah, and combo that with the turns 1, 2, and 3. If you're within a certain range, you're rerolling 1s, and then a 2 or a 3 or whatever you need to be wounding on. So very, very efficient wounding coming from these Tau.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a fun combo.
Yeah.
I like Farsight Enclave Mont Ka.
Yes.
Plus, it makes you want to get your units within 12 inches for the Enclave bonus, which in turn pairs with that Mont Ka bonus really well.
It's nice because aren't Enclaves like the Mont Ka?
Yeah, they're really into Mont Ka.
It really stacks together in a fluffy way.
It's fluffy and competitive.
And devastating.
And devastating.
Yeah, so perfect.
Their Warlord trait is Master of the Killing Blow. It's kind of fun. So when your Warlord rolls an unmodified wound roll of 6, it's an additional 3 AP. And then anytime your Warlord makes attacks, you cannot ignore the wounds. So Feel No Pains, or the Catan can only take 3 wounds a phase, do not apply. Kind of spicy.
I like that. Yeah, that's just good.
It's just good.
Just good.
Their signature system, which is essentially the chapter-specific relic, is the Talisman of Arthas Moloch, which gives your character a Deny the Witch with a +1 to the roll. Not bad.
Not bad for an army with no psychic. Not bad.
Not bad. The stratagem is one of my favorite stratagems in the book. It is Drop Zone Clear, which is you pick a Farsight Enclaves Crisis unit. The turn they come in from Deep Strike, it's 2 CP if there's 1 to 3 models in the unit. It's 3 CP if there are 4 to 6 models in the unit. They get full rerolls to hit and wound.
Oh, devastation.
Yep.
You better get good at screening. That's all I'll say.
Fucking spicy.
Because if you're letting that big blob get into you, that whatever they want is dead.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's just obliterated.
Gone. And that game against Death Guard, I had them a unit of 5 drop down. I took out like a 20-man unit of Poxwalkers, a 3-man unit of Death Shroud Terminators, and I think it was the last couple wounds on and blew up a Plague Burst Crawler the turn they dropped down.
Just one unit.
Plague Burst Crawler, 20 Poxwalkers, 3 Death Shroud Terminators, all from one Crisis unit.
Value Town, baby.
Oh, it was spicy.
Oh, all the last year and a half, you just got it out of your system right then and there.
Oh.
You're like, take this and tell me how you feel in the morning.
My poor Tau have been in such a rough spot for so long. It felt so good.
Just to obliterate.
It was fantastic. Plus the name of the stratagem, Drop Zone Clear. I picture Farsight dropping in with his, veteran crisis unit just coming in, clearing shit out for the rest of the army.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Fantastic.
So moving on to the other Sept that I really like. Borkhan. So the tenant is Superior Craftsmanship, gives plus 4-inch range to all of your guns, and then when Strength 7 weapons, ranged weapons, attack a vehicle or crisis suit in your army, they get -1 to their strength. Not bad. It's okay.
-1 to strength is actually pretty good. I mean, we see this with Custodes Shadowkeepers. I mean, it's can be kind of like a ghetto -1 to wound.
It's kind of a worse version of Ramshackle.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, heavy bolters into Crisis now are wounding on 5s.
Yeah.
So not bad.
So then the Warlord trait, Seeker of Perfection. Ranged attacks get an additional AP, and it causes mortal wounds on an unmodified wound roll of 6 to a max of 3. Not bad for, say, a Coldstar commander with the 10-shot burst cannon.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad.
The signature system is Overdrive Power Systems. It's a commander suit only. You select 2 of its ranged weapons, and both of those weapons get +1 to wound when they're in half range.
Okay.
2 plasma rifles, 15 inches.
+1 to wound. What's the strength on those?
Strength 8, so it's wounding pretty much everything on 2s.
Everything on 2s or 3s?
2s or 3s, yeah.
Fantastic.
The stratagem. Now, this is basically what carries Borkhan.
Mm-hmm.
The stratagem is a 2 CP experimental weaponry. You pick a ranged weapon that you're shooting with. It ignores invulns.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw and you saw the tweaking on Reddit. Just the absolute spurging out. Just reeing.
12 damage storm surge shots, ignoring invulnerables? Oh, yes, please.
Just hide your tanks.
Oh, I would join the greater good for that shit.
I would not, but it's scary. God, it's scary.
A couple honorable mentions. I do like the Tau Sept.
Classic.
They get where if one of your Tau Sept models or units kills a model for 2 CP, I believe it is, any other units that shoot at that enemy unit get +1 to wound.
Okay.
Each time a Tau Sept unit shoots or fights, you can re-roll 1 hit and 1 wound roll. So it's kind of like extra enclaves.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad.
And then anytime you use aura abilities or command phase abilities, you get an extra 3 inches to the range, which is kind of nice.
A lot of good stuff right there.
Also, quick honorable mention with Sasea. They have a Warlord trait where you can just give a core unit OBSEC or double OBSEC.
Wow, yeah. That we've seen with Space Marines, that is carrying Space Marines currently. So.
Crisis suits with OBSEC are really cool.
Okay, yeah, cool. Very cool.
So then the Warlord traits, there's a couple fun ones here. I really enjoy Farsight's required one, is Exemplar of the Mont Ka. In the command phase, you select a core unit, which includes Crisis and Broadsides.
Uh-oh.
Select a core unit within 9 inches. Every time that unit then shoots a enemy unit within 9 inches, or if you selected the Philosophy of War Mont Ka pre-game, it's within 12 inches, they re-roll wound rolls.
Ouch.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. Again, another buff to getting you in that 12-inch range.
Yep, you really want to be right up, the way of the short blade.
Yes.
Then I really enjoy Precision of the Hunter. It gives full rerolls to hit and wound. This is really good on commanders with like heavy weapons on them.
Yeah, very good. Just reroll everything. Go ahead and just maximize that efficiency. It's fantastic.
Or as we saw, a smash commander in close combat with full hit rolls and wound rolls.
When you get into that, that character's insane. It's better than anything Necrons can make. It's crazy.
Yeah, I kind of talk about the relic and everything coming up, but yeah, you can give a commander the upgraded flamer for D6 plus 2 shots at strength 4, AP 2, damage 2. He can use this in the shooting phase and the fight phase, makes an additional D6 plus 2 attacks with it.
Oh.
Then you give it the Onagar Gauntlet relic for the 4 strength 12, AP 4, damage 3 attacks. Suddenly, a commander is looking like a pretty decent combat threat.
Pretty decent.
Decent.
That's better than any non-named character Marine. Straight up. That's insane.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, it's insane.
On a Coldstar that's also moving 14 inches.
Also moving 14 inches with fly.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Moving on to relics. A fun one is the Solid Image Projection unit. Gives the character a 4-up invulnerable save, and then the first failed save per turn is reduced to 0 damage.
Interesting. Not bad.
Not bad.
Don't you have a upgrade thing you can put on them too to reduce once per battle round? Or
It's so on units like the Riptide and the Storm Surge.
Oh, it's just on those. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the bigger
Just
units.
disregard me.
All right. I'll go over that one once we get to stratagems and upgrades. I made sure to make a note of that one because it's quite good. So the Onagar Gauntlet we just talked about is a close combat weapon at strength 12, AP 4, damage 3.
Sheesh.
It's what Swarmlord wishes he was.
Yes, it's what a lot of combat things wishes they were.
Yeah. The other fun one is the Neuroempathic Nullifier. So it can only be taken on an Ethereal. But in the command phase, you select an enemy unit that's visible and within 18 inches of the Ethereal. The unit cannot perform actions until your next command phase, and any actions it is currently performing are failed.
Interesting.
Not bad.
It's interesting. What's the range on that again?
18 inches. You can throw an Ethereal on a hover drone for a 12-inch fly move plus D6 advance.
And when do you have to do that? Sorry.
It is command phase.
It is command phase. Okay.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, right now it looks like we're heading to you need more and more action units. Mm-hmm. Not bad.
Not bad, especially when there's a lot of actions in the primary on chapter approved 2022 missions.
Or I like to call them tertiaries because it's kind of like a little side mission.
I like it.
Yeah, I like that relic.
Tertiary objectives patented here.
You heard it here.
You heard it here first. So then the prototype systems are point upgrades that you can take on commanders, crisis units, and
broadsides?
Oh, maybe broadsides.
Like battle suits?
Yeah.
Like infantry.
I know it's crisis commanders. I feel like I'm missing something. But
For sure those two.
For sure those two. Those are the ones you're going to be taking it on most likely. My favorite ones were the the 30-point upgrade Resonator Warheads. It replaces one missile pod. It's Assault 3, Strength 8, AP 2, Damage 2. But if you successfully hit an infantry, beast, or swarm unit with it, they can only move half of their move characteristic in the following movement phase.
I like that.
Yeah.
Anything that screws with opponents' movements, you instantly have my ears perking up. I love that.
Especially with Tau, where you don't necessarily want them getting close up to you and charging.
Oh, that Terminator unit? It'd be a shame if that thing got a little half moved.
Anything that's moving around 5-6 inches, now it's moving 2.5 to 3.
Just devastated. Oh, I love that.
And it doesn't specify rounded up or anything. So, a 5-inch movement, now you only move 2.5. You don't get 3.
I thought in the core rules you always round up. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I think it's
might be a thing. I know a lot of the rules specify in the rule that you round up. I'd have to check the core rules, but if not... But the other fun one is Stimulant Injector, is a 10-point upgrade. So for 10 points, it's really easy to consider through just throwing this in if you have some spare points at the end of list building. It's a once per game. After you fail a save, you get a 4-up Feel No Pain until the end of the turn.
Not bad.
Not bad. For 10 points, not bad.
Not bad.
Throw it on that punchy commander.
Yeah.
First time he fails a save, get a 4-up Feel No Pain. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Then one of my favorites is the Thermoneutronic Projector, which is just fun to say. It's a 15-point upgrade. It replaces a Flamer. It's a D6 plus 2 auto hits, Strength 4, AP 2, Damage 2. Oof. So an additional AP and damage. But each time you fight in combat, you make an additional D6 plus 2 attacks with it at Strength 4, AP 2, Damage 2.
Crazy.
Not bad.
Very good.
Another honorable mention is the 20-point Plasma upgrade. It's a plasma rifle with an additional point of AP and ignores invulnerable saves, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
One of the ways you can ignore invulns in the Tau Codex.
Yeah, one of the many.
Yeah, there's a few. There's a few in here. Then stratagems. We kind of went over savior protocols already. It's 1 CP, lets a drone tank a failed save.
Yeah, just solid.
It's solid. It's all around solid.
Very solid.
Much less of a feels bad than previous savior protocols.
Very, in every way.
Another one is Combat Debarkation. It's 1 CP. You select a Devilfish unit, and any or all units inside can disembark after it moves. If you chose Mont-Ka, then in battle rounds 1, 2, and 3, you just get to, for 1 CP, you select 3 Devilfish to do this.
Oh my.
And if you're Cao Yan, then in battle rounds 3, 4, and 5, same thing, you select up to 3 Devilfish for the 1 CP.
Again, I like this in Mont-Ka a little bit more.
Yep.
Because those units you'll know will be there that turn 1, unless you done fucked up.
Especially paired with the pre-game 9-inch move on Devilfish, if you selected Mont-Ka.
Yeah, so what are those? So those move 12?
Yeah, they base move 12.
Oh my lord.
So if you picked Mont-Ka, your Devilfish are moving 9. If you use this stratagem, then 3 of your Devilfish can move 12, and then everything gets out.
So one of your Devilfish can move 21 inches, and then everything gets out. With the pregame move and the...
Well, no, because you can pregame move with any Devilfish if you chose Mont-Ka.
Oh, just unlimited times?
Yep, so all 3 of them, all of your Devilfish get a pregame 9-inch move if you're Mont-Ka, and then up to 3 of them get...
And that's just 1 CP?
Yep.
That's not dumb. Jeez.
Yeah, I know Richard
impressive.
Siegler was talking about taking 3 Devilfish, all loaded out with 3 units of Breachers. Turn 1, those Devilfish are each moving 21 inches before the Breachers then get out and shoot.
Why not?
For 1 CP, you can give one of those Devilfish a 6-inch aura of reroll 1s for your Fire Warriors.
That's just good.
So if you have them all close up, you can give all 3 of those Fire Warriors rerolling 1s to hit. If they have marker lights, they're hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. You're probably in Mont-Ka range by then, so rerolling 1s to wound at an additional AP.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
If you throw a Kadra Fireblade in one of those devilfish with the breachers, when he gets out, he gives a 6-inch aura of exploding 6s to hit.
You guys are going to pay for this in 3 months. I hope you know that. I hope you know.
It's spicy.
That's insane.
It's so
Oh, my
good.
lord. 2 CP, that's all that you need for that.
Yep.
That's insane.
It's so good.
That is the most alpha strike thing I've ever heard.
Isn't it nice?
Nice?
You're like, that's not the word I would have
That's
chosen.
not great.
It's a lot of fun.
I just want you to play into blips, so you just go, hey, F
Yeah.
you, you're not doing any of that.
And then moving on to Strike and Fade. It's a 1 CP strat. You have to use it on the first unit that shoots in your shooting phase, and it has to be used on a battlesuit unit. But it gives you essentially a 6-inch fire and fade, a 6-inch move after shooting.
Nice.
Use it to hop onto objectives. I've been using it to shoot with a bodyguard crisis unit and then to jump that bodyguard unit behind cover so that the commander shooting his stuff can't be targeted.
Solid.
Then Repulsor Impact Field. We had an enjoyable time with this last night.
Ah, that was fun.
Yeah, so when a battlesuit unit in your army is targeted for a charge, you spend 1 CP, and for the rest of the phase, that unit is -2 to be charged.
Yeah, don't charge it from Deep Strike, folks.
Don't charge in from Deep Strike.
Not a fun thing to find out.
No.
Insane.
Again, 1 CP.
Just 1 CP.
Just one.
Just one.
Fun and balanced.
Why not?
Then Counterfire Defense System. This is unlocked by giving things like Riptides, Storm Surges. They have the option to take a free upgrade, Counterfire Defense. It's 1 CP, or if you have 14 or more wounds, it is 2 CP. So it's 2 CP on Devilfish and Storm Surges and what have yous. But it's after allocating an attack to that unit. So it's after you've rolled to hit and wound, then I allocate the attack. It reduces the damage to 1, and I still get a chance to save it.
Nice.
Not bad.
Pretty good.
It's nice if your Storm Surge is getting shot by your enemy's Storm Surge who ignores invulns. Mm-hmm. Reduce that shit to 1.
Something tells me Tau v Tau would be... It's either going to be horrible or fun to watch. And I don't know what.
I kind of want the mirror match.
Yeah.
I want to see what happens.
You want to just see what happens. Don't go second.
Don't go second.
Don't go second.
Okay, another one of my favorite ones. So this one is a little janky. Remember how we were talking about Devilfish? You can pregame move, then get out for 1 CP. Well then, if you got out with your Pathfinders, you spend 1 CP, your Pathfinders get an additional, like a +1 to hit with marker lights, so their marker lights are hitting on 2s. Then after doing their marker lights, they get to perform a normal move. With no stipulations about embarking or disembarking. Mm-hmm. So since it is a normal move, if you end that normal move within 3 inches of a Devilfish, you can embark.
Yes. Well, yeah, we've seen this with Eldar. It's interesting because some things they've allowed it and some things they haven't. So Eldar, they've specifically came out and allowed it. Mm-hmm. So I think until they disallow it, you just get to do it. But then with Space Marines, they've had a simple like move after in the charge phase, and then people were like doing this to embark into vehicles, and then they came out and said, no, we're not allowing that.
Yeah.
So it's for right now, you can definitely do it.
Oh yeah.
And I would guess it would stay, but just it's something to keep an eye on FAQs.
Yeah.
Because you never know what GW will do.
So then moving on to, I had some miscellaneous things I wanted to talk about. Some fun interactions and abilities that are new to 9th edition. So the Coldstar no longer gets its 20-inch move with its automatic 20-inch advance, which was kind of cheesy.
Oh no!
But it did get 2 fun new abilities. So the first being, In the command phase, you pick a core crisis unit within 9 inches of it, and that unit can then auto-advance 8 inches. So then you have crisis suits, which in 9th edition, they got bumped up to movement 10 from movement 8. In battle rounds 1, 2, and 3, if you selected Mont Ka, your crisis unit is auto-advancing 18 inches and still shooting normally.
Fantastic.
If you were worried about getting angles, this makes it pretty easy to get angles.
If you can't get angles after this, your opponent is so far away, you will just win on mission.
Yeah, they're playing so conservatively that they're too far from you.
Yeah, that's... So you're telling me you got crises that move 18, breachers that'll move upwards of 30 inches. You're getting alpha struck, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the alpha strike is crazy in this book.
Yeah, holy moly.
I like the fallback and shoot with Cao Yan, but man, if you just double down on alpha striking, I think you can just pick armies up and then worry about points later.
Yeah, it's
pretty fucking crazy.
It's devastating.
It's
There's
devastating.
just no other word. It's just devastating.
Yeah, I'm expecting the nerfs to hit soon.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
Please.
I'm worried. So then the Coldstar, while it lost its 20-inch auto advance, it does get a once per game ability where you can either pick it up and it goes into strategic reserves, although it specifies strategic reserves, so you do have to come in from a board edge, and it has to be battle rounds 2 or 3. Or you can just pick it up at the beginning of the movement phase, and in that same movement phase, in the reinforcement step, it deep strikes in over 9 inches away from any enemy units.
Yeah, just forget about that first part.
Forget about the first part. No one's going to be putting it into strategic reserves.
Forget about that.
It's generally a bad idea, unless you wanted to bring it back onto your home
just
board
do
edge.
that turn.
Right,
There's
I don't know.
There's no reason to do it.
But just a free pick this up at the beginning of your movement and put it back down at the end, that I like.
That's good.
That's quite good.
Oh, your backfield's a little open. It'd be a shame if I were to drop on in.
Or say you killed the bodyguards that were protecting it. Now in my movement phase, I deep struck in a brand new fully forced 5-man crisis unit. I'll just pick up the Coldstar and put it over next to that unit.
Yeah, great.
Bam.
Yeah,
now he's
bam.
protected again.
Yeah.
Shoosting away, having a blast.
Having a blast.
Fair and balanced.
Fun for the whole family.
Fun for the whole family. Coldstar will be a household name. If he wasn't already.
He was.
He was. There's already people just taking 2.
Yeah.
That's another fun thing to mention is Farsight Enclaves did keep their old rule of Tau typically only get 1 commander per detachment. Farsight Enclaves can take a second commander, but cannot take Ethereals.
Which is fluffy.
Which is fluffy. I love it.
I think that's totally fair.
Yeah, it's a nice trade-off.
Yeah, obviously you shouldn't be allowed to take Ethereals. If you're Farsight Enclaves and you're thinking about taking Ethereals, end your life. I mean,
yeah,
as simple as that.
Simple as.
The
whole point of Farsight Enclaves is no fucking Ethereals.
You hate the Ethereals. You can't take those. But then you get rewarded with, I kind of felt in 8th edition sometimes you'd see fluffy rules like that, but they wouldn't give you any bonus. It'd be like, you can't take Ethereals, and F you. But now it's like, now you get a little bit of something else. So it's nice.
Farsight Enclaves are strong enough to where the penalty of not being able to take Ethereals is an even trade-off, I'd say, because Ethereals are quite good this edition.
Yeah, no, they're very good, but having a second commander for free, essentially, because not having to do a second detachment, nice.
Yeah. And I'm kind of playing around with the idea of running an Enforcer, which is a nice segue. So, whereas the Coldstar gives the command phase buff of an 8-inch auto advance, the Enforcer gives a command phase buff where you pick a crisis unit within 9, and you give that unit OBSEC. If it already had objective secured, it counts as double objective secured. So 2 models. Because there are custom Sept traits that you can give that give crisis units OBSEC. Or traits where you can give like a turn that a unit makes a charge move. They have OBSEC till your next command phase. There's some interesting custom Septs that I like, but honestly I think the benefits that you get from warlord traits and stratagems from the official septs are quite worth it.
Yeah, we're seeing that a lot in 9th edition, where it's like custom sister orders. Just, it's just better a lot of times to go with the named one.
Yeah.
And we're kind of seeing that where with Psychic Awakening, it seemed like the custom ones was the way to do it, and now it's more the named ones.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I do like that Enforcer. Making Crisis OBSEC is...
Yeah.
That's solid. I mean, that one of your worries with your list currently is the lack of OBSEC. Well, this just shores that up.
Right? And Crisis suits with OBSEC are kind of cool.
Kind of cool.
So now you can give them a 3-up save. One of them in the unit has an Iridium armor for a 2-up armor save. Crisis suits, you can give the 4-up invulnerable save.
Which you're always going to be doing.
And now Crisis suits are bumped up to 4 wounds apiece.
Crazy.
Which is awesome. It means Meltas no longer are just an automatic dead Crisis suit.
Terminators? Never heard of you.
Yeah.
Never heard of you, Terminators.
I love it. All I wanted for this edition was for Crisis suits to be good, and they're like the meta pick.
Oh, they're insane. They're so good.
So good. They're infantry now, so you can give them light cover. They benefit from like craters and barricades and shit.
Yep.
They get all the core synergies and all that. They reroll ones next to commanders.
They quite literally do it all.
Yeah, they can perform actions.
They do everything you need them to do.
I love Crisis suits.
Yes.
So then the Enforcer and I believe the Coldstar as well, they have the option to take it's a 5-point upgrade called Positional Relay. So what this does is when deep striking a unit of Crisis suits, you treat the battle round as being 1 higher. So what this does is it's a 5-point upgrade. As long as you deep strike within 6 inches of these commanders, you can deep strike a Crisis suit turn 1.
Good.
Pseudo drop pods?
I like it.
Like
for an army that doesn't have a lot of Alpha Strike, this is something you have now.
It's
just
cool.
More Alpha Strike.
Yeah, it's and then there's
Lord.
a version you can take with stealth suits that it's the same thing, but you have to deep strike within 3 inches of stealth suits, whereas the commander's version is 6 inches.
Still,
It's
nice too because stealth suits. It's like now you're not sacrificing if those stealth suits die versus a commander, and the stealth suits can go in no man's land, right?
Yeah, they do have a forward deploy.
Whew.
Yeah, just pop them up in cover, like way up on the board, and if you want to, then throw your Crisis suits in.
There's just so many rules. Like it seems like you can just build kind of whatever you want with Tau.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't seem like there's one thing you have to do with this Tau book.
No, like we were saying earlier, the internal balance is fantastic.
But there's tons of the stuff that I didn't even see in the last 2 games you played, and it's all so good.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I mean, we were talking too, like, that game, like, the Storm Surge, the Hammerhead, and the Riptide barely did anything. It was like 700 points of Crisis suits and commanders that just carried the army.
Yep, without a problem.
Yeah, Crisis are the way.
Yeah, this is the way.
This is the way. So then, the stealth suits and the Enforcer have the deep strike round 1. Pathfinders have the access to an additional +1 to their marker lights. A really, really janky interaction that will lose you friends is that the bodyguard rule that Tau has was copy and pasted from the Sisters book. The problem with that is there is no condition that says they can't bodyguard a unit over 9 wounds. Well, GW seems to have forgotten that Tau have an HQ Hammerhead tank choice called Long Strike that is a 14 wound Hammerhead tank character. So, rules currently as they are, your bodyguards can bodyguard for this Hammerhead tank, which basically means you get a Hammerhead tank doing 10 to 12 damage, ignoring invulnerables, that can't be targeted.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to use this. Check with your TOs, because most are not going to. It's like the Death Shroud Terminators with Mortarion. No one allowed that.
Yeah, I highly doubt a lot of TOs are going to be allowing this, and I fully expect an FAQ.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where GW did GW things. It's a big book. It happens.
If you are using this in friendly Garage Hammer or Basement Hammer games with your friends, you might be that guy.
You will not have those friends for long. That's all I'm going to say.
You might be looking for a new gaming group.
You might be that guy. Which, I mean, if you're playing Tau, you kind of already are that guy.
Hey. You have a point. No.
No, you're not Eldar.
No.
Oh.
But yeah, that's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Another little honorable mention. I kind of like Krutok's Riders. So they are 25 points apiece. And you can take them in units of 1 to 3. They have a 7-inch move. Their gun is basically like a heavy bolter. It's strength 7, heavy 2, 48-inch range, AP 2, damage 2.
No, that's just better than Heavy Bolter.
Oh, okay, cool.
More strength, more AP, more range.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay,
so
cool.
it's just a better heavy bolter.
Yeah, okay.
And then in close combat, so they're toughness 5, 4 wounds, 6 up save, with the Crute ability of if they're getting the benefits of cover, they get a +1 to their save. But they have 4 attacks at strength 6, AP 2, damage 2 at a weapon skill of 3. For 25 points a model, it's not a bad idea to have a couple of these in your backfield as countercharge units.
You know what jumps out to me immediately is what slot are these in, if you know? Are they in elites?
I want to say
attack?
elites or fast attack.
I mean, if they're not taking up slots, I don't hate just single units of these just to be send them out if your opponent has like an Alpha Strike type thing to block or do actions with the new tertiary type things, because a lot of these don't specify infantry, it just says model in your army. So just cheap throwaway units, I don't hate that.
And if your concern is detachment slots, for each unit of Crute that you take in your list, you can take a free unit of Krutok's Riders or Crute Hounds that don't take up a slot.
Oh yeah, like the no force order. Yeah,
Yep.
So there you go. Like, I like... I just like the for me, I would like the single 25, it counts as a drop, too.
Yep.
So you can drop that if you want to just wait and see what your opponent's really doing. It's just, oh yeah, here's my single Krutok's Rider. Have fun determining what I'm doing with that.
I like it.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I like those things a lot. I would be looking at 2 to 3 of the one-man units of those.
Keep them in one man. You can even zone out deep strikes from your backfield.
Deep strikes. Yeah, there's a lot of utility with that. I like it.
Speaking of that kind of thing, there's an upgrade to take on Ghost Keels, I believe, that keeps things from deep striking within 12 inches. Which is kind of fun.
A little GSC repellent.
Yeah. And then the Ghost Keel is cool because it's drones. Now, instead of providing a -2 to be hit, if the Ghost Keel is over 18 inches away, you can only shoot at it if it's the closest visible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a nice little backfield objective holder.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow.
Kind of cool.
Very cool. I like, and plus those are cool models. I've always loved the Ghost Kill. Always loved the Ghost Kill. So
one of the best looking Tau kits.
Yeah, truly it is. Yeah, that's great actually.
Yeah. Speaking of Crute, Crute are pretty much now just better Hormagaunts.
Just usable?
Yeah, they're fantastic. There's 6 points a model. Take them in units of 10 to 20. They have bolters in shooting. They are hitting on 4s, because Tau. But they're strength 4, AP 0, damage 1, rapid fire, 24-inch range. Not bad. But then in close combat, Crute have 2 attacks apiece, hitting on 3s. Strength 4, AP 1, damage 1. And then there are a couple fun Crute strats where if they kill any units in combat, they get a 5-up feel no pain for the rest of the game for 1 CP.
Weird little Demas.
Yeah, little Demas. It's called, what is it, like Grizzly Feast. Yeah, Because the crew like to eat their opponents on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little snack.
Little snack. It's fun. Who doesn't like a little snack in the midst of war?
Yeah.
Then there's another fun 1 CP Kroot strat where they can heroically intervene 6 inches, and the turn that they do so, they get an additional attack. So on a unit of 10 Kroot, that's now 30 attacks hitting on 3s at strength 4, AP 1, damage 1 after heroic intervention 6 inches.
A lot of shenanigans, whether it's being on an objective or even if you can't get there, I mean, you heroic onto an objective.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Plus the pregame move.
Mm-hmm.
Again, another zoning out thing from other alpha strikes. Solid.
Oh, yeah.
For 6 points a model, 60 points for 10 of those. Why would you not take it?
They're Hormagaunts with a single inch less of movement, but an additional point of AP, a bolter, a pregame move, an additional +1 to their save in cover. Like, Kroot are not bad.
No, not bad. I look
Not
at
bad
Dire
at all.
Avenger. I look at Dire Avengers and I go, ugh, why?
I wish you were Kroot.
I wish you were dead.
Oh.
Oh, no, they're gonna get good.
Oh, yeah. I'm so
They're
excited
gonna-
for new
We are
Eldar.
excited.
Oh, God.
Oh.
That new Avatar model?
Ooh.
One of the best things I think GW's released in a while.
The new Magan Ra model?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, there's going to be some money spent with that release.
Even games I won't be using Magan Ra, I will just be proxying him in friendly games as a Death Jester. He's so cool.
I'll just put him on the battlefield and just say, he's just going to be here.
He's just hanging out watching.
He's just going to be here because he's that cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Oh, man. The big wraith bone, like,
The big, my, I like the cape. It's,
yep, the hood, the everything about it.
The everything about it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Man.
What other Tau crap you got?
So the Devilfish pregame move, that is if you choose Mont Ka, it's kind of fun if you do choose Cao Yan. Instead of that, if they're within 9 inches of any board edge, you can just put them into strategic reserves. Piranhas are kind of an interesting unit. They're only like 60 points apiece.
Nice.
And then they get like their version of Deep Strike. What did you call it yesterday? Like Outflank?
Yeah.
Where they get to Deep Strike in as long as they're wholly within 6 inches of any board edge.
Yeah, just any board edge. Yeah, it's like the
Any
old
board edge,
That's like the old Outflank. Eldar Warwalkers have that.
Yeah, it's
Really
kinda cool.
odd, but yeah, it's fun. It's cool.
Come in from your opponent's battlefield edge.
Yeah, it actually. You wouldn't think it's like that much of a difference, but being able to come in on any board edge actually makes a big difference.
Oh yeah, it's like strategic reserves without the restrictions.
Yeah.
Kind of nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but there's a lot of really cool things in this book. I'm excited to run a bunch of tests. I really like the Smash Commander, not the Smash Captain.
No.
The Smash Commander.
I think it's because you were taking Farsight with that Smash Commander.
Yeah.
Too great, just counter assault. Like you're not going to be YOLOing these things up, but your enemy gets a little too close. You can shoot. You can still shoot at things far away and use these guys to take care of business up front.
Yeah. I kind of want to take a second just to talk about Farsight specifically. He's my boy. I am a Farsight fanboy. Screw the Ethereals. Enclaves all the way. So Farsight is only 130 points. He's got 7 wounds, 10-inch move, strength tough 5, 5 attacks, leadership 10, 3-up save. He's got a 4-up invulnerable save. And then he has like an upgraded plasma rifle, which is just the usual strength 8, AP 4, damage 3, but it's got an additional shot, so for 2 shots.
Nice.
And then in close combat, the Dawn Blade. The good old blade he's using to suck up the life force of whoever he kills. Lets him live indefinitely.
He's a demon.
Yeah, he's basically a demon prince. It's great. He can use it with the big smash attack, which is his strength times 2. So strength 10, AP 3, damage 3. Again, Swarmlord wishes he was that cool.
He wishes it.
And then he can do a sweep attack, perfect for killing orcs, the filthy Begel, which is strength +1, so strength 6, AP 2, damage 1, but you get to make 2 attacks for each attack.
Yeah, just a sweep. The standard like sweep profile you see a lot.
Standard double attacks, but 1 damage and less AP.
Yeah, it's great for. Oh, you can't tie me up with those guardsmen. I mean, that's not gonna happen.
And then Farsight, he's got your typical commander aura of core rerolls with 1s to hit within 6 inches. And then his big one, in the command phase, you pick a crisis core unit within 9. You can fall back, shoot, and charge, and you ignore any or all hit roll modifiers.
Oh.
So dense cover, I don't care.
Dense cover, never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's good. So you can put that on there and just blast away.
Yeah.
Get to blasting.
Even if you're not forced to fall back, just giving them ignore any or all hit roll modifiers is good in and of itself.
Yeah, it's any or, so it's any or all. So, you get your positive ones and you ignore the bad ones.
Use your marker lights while ignoring dense cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's nice. Or ignore the aircraft hard to hit rule.
Yes. Yeah. Well, tons of great things.
Yeah.
Is it hit roll modifier? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Or is it also ballistic skill modifier? Do you know?
Oh, I believe it's just modifiers to hit rolls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So anything that modifies ballistic skill could bypass it.
Yeah.
But aircraft hard to hit, dense cover, all that stuff is minus 1 to rolls.
Just great. Just a great thing just to pop on your things that are going to be next to him anyway.
And then he also gets, at the beginning of the fight phase, you choose a Farsight Enclave core unit and give them +1 to hit. Which isn't bad.
Pretty good.
If you've got a unit of 5 crisis suits that get charged, give them +1 to hit. They're hitting on 4s, but a unit of 5 crisis suits got 16 attacks in close combat. Strength 5.
Be kind of sneaky if you try and just tag them. Not so fast.
Yeah. They could pick up a little 5-man objective holder unit, no problem.
No problem at all.
Oh, man. Yeah, crisis suits all the way. Coming in with that deep strike and full rerolls. I've been having success with... so the cheap crisis build is to take Plasma Burst Flamer, because they're 5 points apiece for each one. But a really fun one is to take either... I've been doing either Fusion or Plasma. I'm not sure which one I like more. I like the flat 3 damage on Plasma from 30-inch range. Is a really good.
Yeah.
But the Fusion is only 18-inch range. But if you're in half range, you get D6 plus 2 damage instead of just D6.
Yeah.
But 30-inch range at a flat 3 guaranteed damage. The Plasma's only 5 points, whereas Fusion is 10 for the first one.
With your hammerheads, with your other things, do you need the more anti-tank? Or I think the anti almost elite infantry with the 30-inch range, with the 18-inch move with Monka. To me, it's clear for me what I would take. But there's definitely not dumb to take Fusion.
No, I like the Fusion, but like you said, the Plasma's guaranteed to kill heavy infantry as well.
Yeah, from far away.
Yeah, whereas a Fusion gun, even if you're within 18 inches, you might roll that dreaded 1 damage.
How many times Fusion has let you down with the Harlequins?
So much.
Yeah.
Do you know how often I roll a single damage? You get up there, you jump through all the hoops, and then you roll damage 1, and it's like, I would have been better off just shooting bolters.
Yeah, I hate this game.
Yeah.
So there's uses, there's metas where it calls for it, but I like the utility 30-inch range gives you to just kite whatever you're shooting if it doesn't die.
Oh yeah, and then that way too, you can drop down and even if because I have it a lot of times where the big tank is usually protected a bit more. So my crisis unit can drop down and it shoots the burst cannons and the cyclic into the smaller, more infantry units up close. And then that 30-inch range still means I can blast your tank sitting in your backfield. I really like 30-inch range.
Yeah, 30-inch range is crazy good.
Yeah. But cyclic is decent now. It's strength 7, AP 2, damage 1 base. And then overcharge, hit rolls of 1 are mortals, but they're strength 8, AP 2, damage 2.
How many shots are these?
3 apiece.
Yeah.
So 15 shots if I take one on each in a 5-man crisis blob.
Solid.
With full wound rerolls, it picks up a unit of Primaris.
Easily.
No problem.
No problem.
It does some serious damage into Terminators.
Yeah. Nothing to mess around with.
It's nice. Cyclic is... So now there are, like... Specializing is more punishing, whereas, like, a plasma rifle, the first plasma rifle you take on a model is 5 points. The second one you take is 10 points. The third one you take is 15 points. That means if you take 3 plasma rifles on the same crisis suit, that's an additional 20 points.
Yeah.
Right.
It's 5, 10, 15.
Yeah. Whereas Fusion, I believe, goes 10, 15, 20.
Yeah.
So,
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like they kind of do that with stratagems sometimes. Like, they've seemingly, like, hey, if it's under this amount, it's this many CP over this. I like that because it kind of makes it, hey, you know, the more you tool it, the more it costs. I don't know if that sentence just made sense, but yeah, I like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of cool, too, to be able to run, like, a variant of each. It's a very utility unit.
Yeah.
Kind of do a little bit of everything.
You see, like, in the lore, crisis suits are supposed to be the, like, basic main, like, weapon of the Tau Force, where they're like the Swiss Army knife, they're good in all situations, they're multitaskers. So I like that it promotes that kind of Swiss Army knife crisis unit, where they have, like, some horde weapons, some, like, heavy infantry weapons, and some anti-tank. It makes them that kind of jack-of-all-trades unit that's supposed to be, like, carrying the Tau Force.
It's cool because before it's like you look at people that do that kind of thing, like, oh, I'm gonna take my tactical marines and give it the old missile launcher with the bolters. That's been trash forever. Doing like some jack of all trades stuff has just always been trash. It's cool that now this is actually the way you want to run it, and it's good.
Yeah, it incentivizes it now, which is kind of cool.
It's I love that. I love that.
Yeah, like you were saying, it used to be, like, it just was never worth the points to specialize. Or to do the jack-of-all-trades. You always wanted to just specialize and have a unit do what it does well.
Another thing, too, I like about this is, let's say you want to specialize in just fusion, and by doing that, like, let's say the fusion, the all-fusion crisis are crazy good for their points. Well, before, GW would just... a lot of times just nerf Crisis and just increase the points on Crisis, which made Airburst and whatever like useless. Like you couldn't bring those type of units. Now it seems like they're catching on and being like, okay, we're gonna solve like the actual problem instead of just nerfing the model and forgetting about like anyone else that wants to run the other variants. So I like that. That's cool.
Hopefully, if any weapons get out of hand, they nerf that weapon and not just Crisis suits in general.
Right. Exactly. So I like that a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. All I wanted was Crisis to be good.
That's all you wanted, and oh boy, you got your wish.
An honorable mention of the for stratagems. It's kind of a fun one. If you kill any models with an ion weapon, spend 2 CP. That unit can no longer benefit from auras.
What?
Yeah. If you kill a model with an ion weapon, you can make that model's unit just not benefit from auras.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of fun.
Weird flex, but okay.
Weird flex, yeah.
I mean, that's good for, like, rerolls and... Can't think of anything else, but it's good for that.
Auras that dish out Obsec or Tyrannid Synapse. Suddenly, leadership 5 blobs of termagants. They're going to be running away.
Rights of War Marines are crying out.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
They're already dead.
The more you think about it, you're like, wow, there are a lot of key auras.
They're already dead.
They're already dead. Stop. Yeah.
Is that just for the phase, or is that for the game? Or
Turn.
Okay, turn.
Yeah. Or I believe it's battle round.
Oh.
Battle round, yeah.
Ooh.
It's, I like Tau seem to have an answer for a lot of things.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, you might be like, no, psychic, but it's like if you're worried about the damage, you got whatever you need to screen. You have the ability to do so.
Yeah.
Whether it's piranhas, crew outriders, or crew, you have something in your army to get that quick movement up to screen out like the smites and whatnot.
Yeah.
Or whatever psychic damage you're worried about. So yeah, Tau are good.
Tau are good.
Tau are very solid. I don't know where they'll end up, but currently they're looking. I don't see how they're not A tier right away.
Yeah.
I don't know where they'd be. I don't know if they're going to go higher or lower, or definitely not lower right away. But they're looking just good, if not S tier. I mean,
we were talking, they're top of A tier, if not S tier.
Yeah, we can't say S tier until we've seen them in tournaments, but based on the 2 games I've seen, we're no Richard Sieglers or John Lennons, but I mean, you just table 2 armies and bottom of 3 both times.
These were my first 2 games with Tau. I mean, I played 1 game with Tau, I think after Siegler placed high up in that tournament.
Yeah, the
I was
Atlantic Open.
Yeah, let me try my Tau out, and it was just a feels bad. I just lost by turn 2.
I'm not Siegler, and I haven't put 30 reps of practicing with this.
Yeah, and I basically put my Tau back on the shelf, and besides that, I haven't played them much since mid 8th.
Yeah.
I brought these lists out, and I had a couple drinks, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I've picked up armies.
Yep, just pure annihilation.
Forgetting to use all of my buff rules, and I'm
not even using portions of the army, just just let my 300-point crisis unit take care of your army.
I picked up Death Guard by bottom of 3. Death Guard Terminators.
That says a lot about Tau, but also Death Guard.
Also Death Guard.
Also, a little bit of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both. But I
don't know if he did, but he needs to be taking Mortarian's Anvil to turn off rerolls, because that would actually help. I don't know if he did that, but
he didn't take Mortarian.
No, Mortarian's Anvil is.
Oh, it just turns off rerolls.
It's I don't know what chapter of Death Guard, and they have that Warlord trait.
Plague Company.
Yeah, Plague Company, and you can flash outbreak a unit, and then if you're within contagion, you don't get rerolls.
That might be worth looking into.
I mean, if you're a Death Guard player, but
but
I mean, if you are a Death Guard player, you already know about that. So
yeah, and if you're a Death Guard player, I'm sorry. Why did GW nerf you?
Why?
You didn't need it. You didn't deserve it.
You had one good February a year ago. But yeah, solid synopsis of the Tau Codex. Excited to see where they go. I think this weekend, I don't know if there are any major tournaments around the world, but if they are, that's when we're going to start seeing them, I think.
Yeah. I might have to take them to an RTT in a couple weeks here.
Yeah, if we do go to that RTT, we'll definitely give a recap of it. Yeah. So that'd be pretty fun. But, yeah, any closing thoughts, I guess?
If you aren't joining the greater good yet, what are you doing?
You were serving the Emperor like a good man.
Like a fool.
Like a good man.
There's a good life. There is a place for all in the Tau Va.
Yeah, the place is underneath my boot.
Well, on that note.
We'll catch you guys next week. Not sure what we'll go over, but I'm sure there's topics and stuff we'll explore.
Oh, yeah.
You're just going to have to wait for next week. So, salutations.
Till next time.